The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to call up a wide receiver. They need one anyways. They only have 4 that are active with Calvin Austin out. They will want another one. Right now, it's DK Metcalf, Scotty Miller, Roman Wilson, Ben Skoranek. We've talked all week about how you replace Calvin Austin, but really who's going to be the last guy on the depth charts. There were 2 names coming into this week that we were riding high on, and it was Isaiah Hodgins. Shout out Duck Hodges, who I thought that they had the same last name for the first 2 weeks of Hodgins' career in Pittsburgh. And undrafted rookie, preseason stud, Keyshawn Williams, who has emerged in the last 2 days, according to those at practice. Excuse me. What have you seen that kind of tells you Keyshawn might be the guy that might be playing for the Steelers this weekend?
A good bit, again, nothing confirmed, just like Jalen. So there is some space here for doubt, let's call it. But he was running with a lot of the first team units in the kick return when he's working with the special teams. I saw him working a good bit alongside, Kenny Gainwell in that regard. And it seemed like they were getting Keyshawn Williams. There was yesterday was very telling in my mind because DK Metcalf took a veteran day off, and Keyshawn Williams was the guy getting elevated in a lot of those walkthroughs and a lot of those offensive reps as they were going through their session. So he seems to have continued showing that speed and athleticism, improving on and continuing that sort of run that he had in the preseason whenever he did very much stand out amongst those group of players fighting for those final spots. That's why he got on the practice squad. But yes, I think that he has been seeing an increased volume in practice that sort of suggests to me, and both the increased load in practice and the fact that what he's doing is where Calvin Austin would primarily be whenever he is on the field, kind of tells me that I think they see him as a temporary replacement for Calvin Austin as he works back from his shoulder injury. So as much as Isaiah Hodgins, I think remains like a part, like a factor or a part of the decision-making moving forward, I think Keyshawn Williams has really separated himself this week in practice as the guy who is most likely to be called up to the 53-man roster against the Cleveland Browns. And quite frankly, I'm excited. And, I talked to him after practice, and he just talked about being prepared, and how he's prepares every week like he is going to play regardless of whether he actually is called up to the 53-man roster or not. And I think that's probably going to show here if he gets his shot against the Browns.
I'm actually so excited to see Keyshawn Williams. I'm pumped. Isaiah Hodgins would have been cool, would have been able to see if a veteran guy is able to kind of make his mark on this roster and fill some needs and provide a guy who's been in the NFL, who's played in NFL games and is capable of playing in NFL games. If he could be a guy that comes in here and fills a void. But Keyshawn Williams was a stud. He was the best undrafted rookie wide receiver throughout training camp. He was the best undrafted rookie wide receiver throughout the preseason. The guy looked electric at all times. He's reliable. He catches the football. He plays really strong for a little dude, and he's able to punt return, which I think is significant. I'm actually super pumped for what Keyshawn could do. I hope he's able to take some punts at least. I don't need him in there in the kickoff unless they want him in there in the kickoff, which I would love to see. I would love to see him as a punt returner because he was great at Indiana as a punt returner. And to be honest, I want to see him on offense. I want to see him on. I'll toss a bold prediction out here. You want this one?
Please.
I think Keyshawn Williams has more catches than Roman Wilson this weekend.
I'll jump on that with you. I would be right there with you, dude. I don't think Roman Wilson factors into this game at all, to be quite honest.
I mean, I think there's a chance. I think they're going to try their hardest, but I think Keyshawn's going to go out there and be open because nobody's going to be paying attention to him. They're just going to be like, there's DK Metcalf, there's Jonnu Smith, there's Pat Freiermuth. They know Roman Wilson. They know Scotty Miller. They know Ben Skoranek. 85. Some of the guys, you get veterans. Okay. I'm not going to call names out here, but I was standing at practice on Wednesday. Some dude who's been covering the Pittsburgh Steelers since 1990 was like, who's 85? Who's number 8? Is that a new guy? Who's number 85? I was like, that's Keyshawn Williams, dude. He's been here all summer. He's like, I had no idea. Like, nobody has any idea. I
He's
think,
being overlooked for sure.
yeah, I think he's being overlooked. I would love to see Keyshawn Williams get involved. And I think what he could do is, I would love to see him become that breakout guy. Everybody talked Rock Taylor all summer long, but we both knew it. We both knew it sitting there. Everybody who attended training camp knew it once they left. It was Keyshawn Williams, dude. He was the guy to watch because he was the guy making plays. And I'd be real thrilled for a good old Keyshawn Williams game. Did not expect him to be the guy that gets called up, but I'm certainly excited that that's the route they're going here.